The way she's posing, I'm like,
she was ready.
She was ready.
She is ready.
Absolutely. So
from now on, I'm just gonna get better and better from where I am now. And on the last show, I'm gonna be dancing.
Blue Ivy at the Met Gala was quite strange, and everyone's been talking about it because it seemed to the masses that Beyonce was auctioning off Blue. And honestly,
Beyonce hasn't been to the Met Gala in 10 years. And when she returns, first time being the co-chair, she invited her daughter, Blue Ivy. The Met Gala is only for 18-year-olds and up. The way that his arm was in Blue Ivy's arm was like he is giving her away in marriage. Why was Blue Ivy at the Met Gala?
What if one red carpet appearance could spark thousands of theories across the internet? What if a few words spoken during an interview were enough to convince people that something much bigger was happening behind the scenes? And what if one of the world's biggest celebrities suddenly found herself at the center of yet another online storm, this time involving her own daughter? Today, we're breaking down the viral controversy surrounding Beyonce, Blue Ivy, and comedian Katt Williams. We'll separate public facts from internet speculation, explore why these stories spread so quickly, and look at how one appearance turned into one of the most talked about celebrity debates online. So stay until the end, because this story becomes far more complicated than it first appears. For years, Beyonce has been one of the most influential figures in music. Every performance, every fashion choice, and every public appearance is analyzed by millions of fans and critics alike. Because of that level of fame, almost everything she does ends up becoming a trending topic. But recently, social media exploded after people connected comments from comedian Katt Williams with Beyoncé's appearance alongside Blue Ivy. Before long, countless videos, posts, and reaction channels were presenting different theories about what they believed was happening. The question is, how much of it is based on confirmed information, and how much comes from online speculation? Let's start from the beginning. Blue Ivy has been in the public eye since birth. Being the daughter of two of the world's biggest entertainers means cameras have followed her throughout her childhood. As she's grown older, she's appeared at award shows, public events, and even performed alongside her mother during concerts. Many fans celebrated seeing her confidence grow on stage. Others, however, questioned whether someone so young should already be receiving that much public attention. These discussions became even louder after several high-profile appearances, where social media users debated everything from her outfits to her performances. Some praised her confidence. Others argued that children in the spotlight often face enormous pressure. Those conversations weren't new, but they became much louder over time. As with many celebrity stories, the discussion quickly expanded beyond fashion and performances. Different creators on YouTube, TikTok, and other platforms began sharing their own interpretations of events. Some believed Beyonce was simply supporting her daughter's growing confidence. Others suggested that Blue Ivy was being introduced to the entertainment industry earlier than most children. It's important to note that many of the more dramatic claims circulating online have not been verified. Still, that didn't stop millions of people from watching, sharing, and debating them. In today's internet culture, theories often spread much faster than confirmed facts. Then came Katt Williams. Over the years, Katt Williams has built a reputation for making bold statements about Hollywood and the entertainment industry. Whenever he gives an interview, clips from it quickly spread across social media. Because of his previous comments about the industry, many internet users started connecting his broader criticisms of Hollywood to the conversations surrounding Beyonce and Blue Ivy. Soon, reaction channels began linking unrelated events together, creating long chains of speculation. Some viewers believed those connections. Others argued they were reading far too much into ordinary celebrity appearances. Regardless of which side people supported, one thing became clear. The conversation had grown far beyond a simple red carpet event. Celebrity stories become viral for one simple reason. People love mysteries. When someone as famous as Beyonce makes a public appearance, every detail from clothing to interviews is examined frame by frame. A single sentence can generate thousands of theories. A facial expression can become a headline. An outfit can inspire hundreds of reaction videos. Algorithms reward controversial content because it keeps people watching. The more shocking the claim, the more likely it is to spread. That doesn't necessarily make the claim true, it simply makes it more visible. But here's where the story takes another unexpected turn. The biggest wave of discussion didn't actually begin with Blue Ivy's performances. It intensified after a major public appearance where a few comments, a fashion choice, and countless online interpretations combined into one of the internet's biggest celebrity debates. If you thought the internet had already said everything it could about Beyoncé and Blue Ivy, think again. Because after that appearance, social media didn't just react, it exploded. Within hours, clips from interviews, red carpet footage, and fan-recorded videos were being shared across TikTok, YouTube, X, and Instagram. Every frame was slowed down. Every sentence was replayed. Every detail became part of a much larger conversation. Some people focused on Blue Ivy's confidence. Others questioned whether she was growing up in the spotlight too quickly. And then there were creators who began connecting unrelated events together, building theories that spread far faster than verified information ever could. That's one of the biggest realities of today's internet. A single viral clip can reach millions of people before anyone checks whether the claims attached to it are actually true. In this case, a few comments made during interviews, combined with fashion choices and years of existing online rumors, created a perfect storm. Supporters argued there was nothing unusual happening. They saw a mother proudly supporting her daughter as she became more comfortable appearing at public events. Critics, however, believed the growing number of appearances meant Blue Ivy was entering the entertainment world at an unusually young age. That debate quickly shifted away from fashion or performances and turned into a much broader discussion about child celebrities. History has shown that growing up under constant public attention isn't easy. Young performers often face enormous expectations, intense media coverage, and pressure that most children never experience. Because of that history, many people online said their concern wasn't about one outfit or one appearance, it was about the long-term effects of growing up in front of millions of strangers. At the same time, many fans pushed back strongly against those criticisms. They argued that people were making assumptions about a family they didn't know personally. They pointed out that short video clips rarely tell the full story, and that internet speculation often grows beyond the available facts. This disagreement became one of the biggest reasons the discussion continued for days. The more people argued, the more the algorithms promoted the content. And the more content people watched, the more creators produced even more dramatic interpretations. Soon, the original conversation was almost impossible to recognize. Instead of discussing verified events, many videos started repeating rumors as though they were established facts. That's where media literacy becomes important. Watching a viral video doesn't automatically make its claims accurate. Popularity and proof are not the same thing. By the time millions of people had seen the story, there were countless different versions circulating online, many of them contradicting each other. So the biggest question wasn't whether people were talking about Beyoncé. The biggest question was whether anyone could separate documented events from internet theories. And in the age of viral content, that's becoming harder than ever. But here's where the conversation became even more interesting. As the debate continued, people began asking a different question. Think about it. Over the last decade, some of the world's biggest entertainers have all faced similar accusations online. Every unusual outfit becomes symbolic. Every award show performance becomes a hidden message. Every interview is examined word by word until viewers believe they've discovered something nobody else noticed. That's exactly what happened here. Once people were already expecting to find hidden meanings, almost every detail became another piece of what they believed was a much larger puzzle. Some viewers pointed to fashion choices. Others focused on body language. Some replayed interview clips dozens of times, convinced that certain words carried secret meanings. Meanwhile, others argued that people were simply overanalyzing ordinary celebrity moments. This difference in interpretation created two completely different versions of the same story. One side believed there was something deeper happening. The other believed social media was creating a mystery where none actually existed. And that's the fascinating part. The same video, the same interview, the same red carpet appearance. Yet millions of people walked away with completely different conclusions. Years ago, celebrity news came from television or newspapers. Today, anyone with a phone can upload a theory that reaches millions overnight. A 30-second clip can be edited. Important context can disappear. Different moments can be combined together. Before long, viewers are watching something that feels convincing even if it doesn't tell the complete story. That's why experts often encourage people to watch full interviews instead of relying only on short viral clips. Context changes everything. Unfortunately, context rarely goes viral. Emotion does. Fear does. Shock does. And mystery spreads faster than almost anything else on the internet. Another important part of this conversation is Blue Ivy herself. Imagine growing up while millions of strangers discuss your appearance every single day. Every hairstyle becomes a headline. Every smile becomes a meme. Every public appearance is judged by people who have never met you. Very few children experience that kind of pressure. Whether someone supports or criticizes celebrity parenting, most people agree on one thing. Growing up in the public eye isn't easy. Many former child stars have spoken openly about the challenges they faced, including constant media attention, unrealistic expectations, and losing a sense of privacy at a young age. Because of that history, conversations about children in entertainment often become emotional very quickly. Some people celebrate their achievements. Others worry about the pressures that come with fame. Both perspectives continue to fuel debates whenever young celebrities appear at major public events. One reason this topic stayed viral for so long was simple. Everyone already had an opinion before the conversation even started. Fans defended Beyoncé. Critics questioned her decisions. Content creators made reaction videos. Comment sections turned into debates. Every new upload inspired another response. Then another. Then another. The algorithm rewarded every disagreement. Because online, controversy often creates engagement. And engagement creates even more visibility. That's how a single celebrity appearance can dominate social media for days, or even weeks. Perhaps the biggest lesson from this entire situation is learning the difference between documented facts and internet speculation. It's completely normal for people to have different opinions about celebrity fashion, performances, or parenting choices. But it's also important to recognize when online discussions move beyond observable events into claims that haven't been verified. In today's digital world, separating those two things has become harder than ever. The louder a claim becomes, the more believable it can seem, even when there isn't solid evidence behind it. So what do you think? Did social media simply overanalyze another celebrity appearance? Or does the internet sometimes notice patterns that traditional media ignores? Whatever your opinion may be, one thing is certain. The discussion surrounding Beyoncé, Blue Ivy, and internet speculation isn't ending anytime soon. As long as every public appearance is dissected frame by frame, these debates will continue. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into viral celebrity stories, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because the next story might be even bigger. But before we end this story, there's one final question worth asking. The answer is actually more psychological than many people realize. Humans naturally look for patterns. When several unrelated events happen close together, our brains often try to connect them even when there may not actually be a connection. Psychologists even have a name for this tendency. It's called pattern recognition. Sometimes it's incredibly useful. Other times, it can lead us to conclusions that aren't supported by evidence. That's exactly why celebrity rumors spread so quickly online. People begin connecting interviews from different years, old photographs, award show performances, fashion choices, and social media clips. Before long, a completely new narrative is created. One that can sound convincing simply because so many separate pieces have been placed together. But putting pieces together doesn't necessarily prove they're connected. Today's internet works very differently than it did just 10 years ago. Back then, celebrity stories would usually fade away after a few days. Now, one viral TikTok inspires 10 YouTube videos. Those videos inspire hundreds of reaction channels. Reaction channels inspire podcasts. Podcasts inspire live streams. Then thousands of people begin making their own edits. Eventually, nobody even remembers where the original story started. They only remember hearing it over and over again. And once an idea has been repeated enough times, people often mistake repetition for proof. That's why digital literacy has become more important than ever. Whether someone is a fan of Beyoncé or not, there's no denying one thing. Very few artists have remained at the top of the music industry for as long as she has. With that level of success comes another reality. Every decision becomes news. Every appearance becomes a headline. Every silence becomes a story. And every public moment becomes something people analyze from every possible angle. That's the price of global fame. For ordinary people, a family event is just another day. For global celebrities, a family event becomes international news. Millions of strangers form opinions based on only a few minutes of footage. That's a level of scrutiny very few people could imagine living with. Another reason these stories spread so fast is because content creators compete for attention. On platforms like YouTube, the title matters. The thumbnail matters. The first 30 seconds matter. If a creator can make viewers curious, they're more likely to click. That's why dramatic headlines often outperform balanced ones. But dramatic doesn't always mean accurate. Sometimes the most exciting story is simply the one that generates the most engagement. At the end of the day, everyone is free to form their own opinions. Some people will continue believing there are hidden meanings behind celebrity appearances. Others will see nothing more than internet speculation amplified by algorithms. What's most important is separating what has actually been confirmed from what remains rumor or theory. Because in today's online world, that distinction can easily disappear. And once it does, a story can take on a life of its own. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think social media sometimes looks too deeply into celebrity moments? Or do you believe fans occasionally notice genuine trends that deserve discussion? Share your thoughts respectfully in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next breakdown. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.